day 2 of our 8-day trip to Taipei and the surrounding areas. So on day 2, we were going to go to Ximending and some of the other places in and around that area that are the popular tourist destinations.
So, naturally, whenever you're going anywhere in Taipei, you have to get the MRT. Well, especially given that we'd walked so much the day before. I didn't fancy doing any more walking.
Yeah, your knees.
No.
So, yeah, the MRT in Taiwan is... I can't even begin to tell you...
A thing sent from heaven.
How much better it is than British public transport.
Oh, our public transport is... I think it should be, like, given violations. Like, public violations.
In Taiwan, there's occasionally the thing where a train might not be on time by like a few
minutes.
Yeah. In the UK, you're questioning if the train is going to come at all.
We love a queue.
We do.
In the UK. And I can't believe that we don't have the organised queuing lines in the MRT.
Best invention ever.
I just love it. We all know where to stand. We know where the doors are going to be opening.
You go anywhere else after being in Taiwan for a while.
It's
you're
just sad.
Why is it so disorganised?
Yes.
I want to queue in a nice line
Yeah.
and get on the MRT and...
We all know where to stand.
Everyone understands.
We know that we're standing in a line. We know where the doors are going to open. I love it.
And you can always tell that one person who's new to Taipei because they don't stand in the lines or they go up the wrong side on the escalator. First stop.
Oh, coffee.
We love Louisa Coffee.
Yes.
Like-
I love, you love, we love Louisa Coffee.
When it comes to coffee chains, like everyone knows Starbucks, everyone knows all the rest of it. Louisa Coffee, I'm pretty sure it is only in Taiwan, but it is wonderful.
Isn't it Australian?
I think it was started by an Australian person,
Ah.
but in Taiwan. I'm not sure. I don't know the history of it, but
Awesome.
it is literally, in the case of some drinks, like a third of the price it would
Yeah.
be in Starbucks, and it's just as good.
No. It's not just as good. It's definitely better.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come with the it's not overhyped. It's not overpriced.
Yeah. And the food's good too.
And it's air conditioned.
Yeah. If you want like a breakfast sandwich, I'd say Louisa's, pretty good.
Awesome.
Which is what we had.
Yes, multiple times on our trip. Longshan Temple.
Yeah, this was our first actual stop.
It
I
was
don't think
so-
coffee counts.
Excuse you. It was too hot.
It was, absolutely baking. That place is a sun trap.
I was just like edging around the outside where there was
Staying in the shade.
where there was shit, and also because the waterfall, there's spray from the waterfall, which didn't help the hair, but was great for cooling me down.
I love that like water features are a part of temples and religious buildings in Taiwan.
You don't
Like,
get that here.
I also love the terrapins.
It was really hot and it was really busy.
Yeah, but it's nice to see somewhere. It's obviously a tourist site. There's lots of tourists go there, but it's nice to see that as well as being a tourist site, it's still clearly a very functioning temple and used for worship and religious purpose.
I loved how colourful everything is.
Yeah.
The closest thing that we have in comparison is churches in the UK, and they tend to be
Pretty grey, but it's nothing. Like, you look at the roof of a Taiwanese temple, and like it's just bursting with color.
Yeah.
And you think of like Taiwan and like the hanging lanterns and things that are like gold with like figures and all sorts of stuff going on them, and like all the metallic paints as well. It's so cool. So the reason we went to Longshan Temple, other than obviously to see the temple, is we thought we could walk from there to Ximending via the old historical block where there's all the like art studios and things. None of that was open when we were there, but it's still like a pretty route to walk on.
So we walked to go and see stuff, and it was all shut. You
Yeah.
can imagine how pleased I was about that.
But the other highlight of that route that we had planned in is on the route to Ximending, there was an ice cream shop that we stopped at.
There was, which I was pleased about because my knee. I'm
And-
such an old person. I sound like I'm in my 60s. I promise, normally I have a fully functioning skeletal system, muscular system, but something about this trip.
Yeah. And it was hot, so ice cream.
So there were the traditional flavours like vanilla, strawberry, because that's what's traditional in
this
the
country,
UK. But the traditional flavours on the menu were like taro. What was it? Egg? What was it? Chicken egg?
There was some sort of egg flavoured one, yeah. There was...
But wasn't it vanilla? I swear it was vanilla.
I can tell you.
I think it's vanilla.
There was chicken egg vanilla. So we went with a strawberry scoop, because you get 3 scoops. We have a strawberry scoop. We
Insane
went
value.
with a lemon scoop, and we went with, I can't remember now,
I can't remember.
passion fruit. Oh, passion fruit, that was the best one.
I didn't think this was ice cream.
Yeah.
I think this was texture-wise, this was sorbet.
Yeah, it's closer to a sorbet. It was perfect, though, for that weather. Like, when it's really hot, like, sorbet is the best. So, one of the flavours that was available at the ice cream shop, that's available at every ice cream shop in Taiwan, is red bean. And we don't have that as a flavour of ice cream in the UK at all.
Nope.
And I think it's probably because we don't like it.
I don't know how it became a sweet. How is it sweet?
This is one of the few things, like, I love, let's just establish this straight away, I love Taiwanese food.
Oh, yeah.
But red bean
Is the worst.
it's not something I can get on board with.
However, I think I would like to combine that with taro, because I believe taro and red bean are collectively the worst things I've ever put in my mouth.
You see, I like taro,
No.
but not red bean. Especially taro ice cream. Taro ice cream's nice. So our next stop was the old site of the Japanese temple, and it still has the bell tower on the hill, which...
I enjoyed very much.
Why did you enjoy that very much?
The breeze.
Yeah.
It was not cold. That is not true at all.
But there was shade and there was breeze.
So 2 things, which when I was hot was just lovely. But it's a really impressive bell tower. So there was that.
Yeah.
I looked at the bell tower. I took a picture of the bell tower, and then I appreciated the view whilst I stood enjoying the breeze.
But the thing is, we got to stay there for a little while as well, because we'd planned to go to, there's a really cool, like, tea shop just nearby called 8080. But yeah, we were waiting for that to open.
We didn't realise we got there too early. I know we did some people watching too.
Yeah.
We saw a man being taken for a walk by his dog. That dog knew where it wanted to go, and the man was purely there to follow.
Tea break.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this.
It was like a really traditional old Japanese tea house.
Yeah.
And you get welcomed in. The staff were
They were
lovely.
really nice. So you just choose a drink and then a selection of
like snacks and things to go with it, isn't it?
like little plates.
Yeah.
And that was really nice. So we both chose.
Different things to make sure we tried as many things as possible. Yeah.
I had, is it Oriental Beauty? I think it was described as being quite light. So that's why I went for that one.
And we were in Taiwan, so I had a high mountain oolong.
So I had almond biscuits and a pound cake. The almond biscuits tasted lovely. I like the flavour. Wasn't a massive fan of the texture. The pound cake was great. It was like cake, how I know cake. So a lot of cake in Taiwan is often very, very light. Almost like you could squish it and it like sponge and it would just bounce back up. And a Victoria sponge, for example, that's nowhere near as aerated or as light as the cake that you would get in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I would say that a Victoria sponge is kind of a classic
Standard cake, yeah.
a light cake. This pound cake was much more like a Madeira. It had
Weight.
weight to it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It was really tasty
It
too.
was really good, yeah.
Yeah, I went much... I guess my snacks were kind of lighter. I had some dried mango because, as we established in the last video, dried fruit is my jam. And then I had chocolate truffles because I can't resist a chocolate truffle, and they were both delicious.
Did you do lighter? Chocolate truffle is lighter, is it, than a biscuit?
It's lighter than cake. I meant smaller.
Okay.
They were smaller.
Okay, they were small. Yeah, fair. They were good though, the truffles.
They were really good, yeah.
I had one. I liked it.
Totally would recommend.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Ximending. And then we actually went into the area itself, and we went in via...
How did we do that? How did we get there?
Well, we walked, because that's what we did.
I know.
We went in past the Red House, and then we come out into the main square at Ximending. And it's really nice to see how inclusive the area is. I love the like rainbow flag entranceway as you come into Ximending. When we went to Taiwan last time, we were actually there for Pride, and we went and saw the Pride Parade, and it's amazing how it's so good to see like how many people turn out for that.
Absolutely.
J&G Chicken, which is one of the most famous, as far as I'm aware, fried chicken places in Taipei. So we stopped there thinking we would try some fried chicken because, let's face it, the main purpose of our trip to Ximending on day 2 was to eat as much food and drink as possible. So we started with the classic fried chicken.
I really like the flavour of this chicken. I thought it was really, really tasty, but I didn't I didn't enjoy the eating experience because I don't like having to eat around bun.
Yeah, whatever it is, the like powder or whatever
Yeah.
it is they put on it, the
Tasty.
flavouring was delicious, yeah.
Like that.
Xingfutan.
So good. So we queued up for this, didn't we?
We queued up for quite a long time to get this. I queued up for quite a long time to get this. You went shopping.
I did, yeah. I just was like, I'll leave you here. I'll see you in a bit. Because, well, I was stood in the sun. It was too sunny.
But I completely get why there is a queue.
Oh, so good.
Like,
So good.
you don't even normally like bubble tea that much.
My opinions on this are, I don't know that I'm okay with chewing a drink. I was okay with chewing this. It tasted like a Five Guys milkshake.
Yeah.
It was,
It's
so
got
good.
that. It's really thick.
Yeah.
I think is one of the differences compared to a lot of other bubble teas I've had, and that like burnt sugar flavor.
so good.
Yeah. The next thing we did was we walked around, as you do, Guangzhou. We just walked around the streets, and because I mean that's kind of the point of Ximending, isn't it? You browse, you go around the shops, you have a look. I think you bought some jewelry.
No, I think I looked at a lot of jewellery. But it was also good. I couldn't decide what to buy.
Yeah, it is tricky, isn't it? Like, and there's so many different shops to go in.
Yeah.
And I think you also discovered some pachinko machines.
Oh, that's so dangerous. They're so much better than the UK. I mean, they're the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, but I like the little ones.
Yeah.
Not the big ones. Those are the same as we have here and there.
Yeah.
They just fleece you out of your money. And I was still fleeced out of my money, but it was worth it. There's
Yeah.
something about a little pink neon that just
Claw
draws
machine,
me
yeah.
in. It's like, do I want any of the stuff in here? No. Am I still going to do it? Yeah.
So you tried multiple machines around the Ximending area, including quite a lot in the WAN Department Store.
Yes.
Which we'd heard about because it's like one of the oldest department stores in Taipei. So we went to have a walk around there, and it's really cool. I really like that place. It's got a lot of like shops that sell like anime related stuff and like collectibles and things like that. But the real reason we were in the WAN Department Store
Food.
was food. of
Always
course.
food.
Because we'd heard in the basement there was a Michelin recommended beef noodle soup. And let's face it, we love beef noodle soup.
I love beef noodle soup.
So yeah, Lao Shandong beef noodles was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It had what they called hand cut noodles or
Yeah.
hand something.
Yeah, the hand-cut noodles, yeah.
I'm not a massive fan of those. I prefer everything to be a little bit.
Favorites.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was tasty though. It was really good. I liked the soup.
Really good broth, yeah. And the beef was really good too. Clearly, like cooked really for a very long time.
I don't get it with beef because
You just like the soup.
I just like the soup. I like the soup and the noodles.
Yeah. My favorite beef noodles that I've had in Taiwan was, I'd need to look up the name of it now, but it was when I was living in Nehu, and there's a cut noodle place, and my friend introduced me to it, and it was amazing. I used to go there all the time.
I like the place in Gongwan that we used to go to because it was spicy and the soup was spicy, and I love that.
And it's literally right underneath our apartment.
So good.
We had seen that in the Ximending area, there was a very special 7-Eleven.
Oh yes, Hello Kitty.
Yeah. And we really wanted to go and see it. But the best thing about that was that it meant we had to go through the, all the graffiti streets.
What do we have to do?
We had to walk.
It was really cool though.
It was really cool.
It's really cool.
I love like street art.
To us pictures. I like the juxtaposition of something that feels modern with the buildings that feel. It's got a real like
Futurism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how was Hello Kitty 7-Eleven? Did it live up to your expectation?
No, it didn't. I expected more. I
Yeah.
wanted more Hello Kitty on every surface.
Yeah.
Which I understand it's primarily a shop where you go. It's just 7-Eleven, isn't it?
The thing is, everything in there is exactly the same as every other 7-Eleven.
I was expecting like, I don't know, Hello Kitty water.
Hello Kitty merchandise.
Well, there was a tiny bit of that. I expected like the table legs to be Hello Kitties holding the table up. I expected more. I wanted more.
Yeah. You can always go more with Hello Kitty.
Yeah. How much Hello Kitty? Yes.
Rather than going straight back to where the hotel on the MRT, we decided to do some more walking. Because we were in the area, we thought we might as well go and see the presidential building. So we had to walk past the presidential building. And because we'd gone to the presidential building, we thought, well, we're right next to the Peace Park, so we'll go for a walk around the Peace Park.
The drumming.
Yeah, there seemed to be some sort of corporate exercise going on,
We don't do that here.
especially not in public places.
No. Corporate events, obviously, we do. And the team building that no one wants to be at. No one wants to be there. It's only management who enjoy that stuff. And then we saw someone walking their cat.
Yeah, that's something that I don't think I've really seen much here. Like, the cat was on a lead being walked around the park. Probably a good job it was on a lead because there's a lot of birds in that park.
It wanted to eat the birds.
You could tell.
Yeah, or fun the birds at the very least.
Yeah. We live in the countryside.
You're not going to be walking a cat.
The cats are just wandering around wherever they want.
Yeah.
I really like the Peace Park because it's got like the history museum. There's lots of stuff to do around there. And I remember when we went with our daughter last time we were in Taiwan, they had this really cool like interactive exhibit where you could like draw, I think it was like a tent or a cart or something, and it got involved in the actual artwork. It was really cool. Loved it. Raohe Night Market.
Yum.
So after we had been round all of the Ximending area, we eventually got back to the hostel and then decided that the day was not over yet and more food needed to be consumed.
Walking.
So we got the MRT over to Raohe Night Market because I hadn't been before.
Nope.
And I'd heard it's one of the best ones in Taipei.
Busy.
Super busy. Yeah, I really like it though in that it is kind of just a single street layout. So you definitely... You go to somewhere like Shilin Night Market and you don't know if you've seen everything.
Because it, like...
And chances are you haven't seen everything because it's so huge.
Well, because what was nice was you walk down one side, and if you just walk back up the other...
Yeah, then you've seen everything.
You know you've done it.
Yeah.
You've not missed any good eats.
And we had heard that there was a Michelin recommended pepper cake stand. And
Highly recommend.
yeah, it was not difficult to find. We came into the night market. There was a massive queue. We joined the queue and then found out it was the place that we wanted to go to.
We did the thing. We did the thing that you do where you're like, oh, there's a queue. It must be good. No idea what's at the front of it. We joined the queue.
Yep.
And it was quick. I was amazed.
I think it's possibly the most efficient food stall I've ever been to.
Yeah,
like, they got through so many people so quickly.
I assumed we were going to be there for about half an hour, 45 minutes in this queue, and we were through in less than 10.
Yeah. And it was good value too.
Really,
they were really tasty.
If I'd have realised how good they were, I would have happily eaten about 10 of those. Pepper cakes taste a lot like a Cornish pasty. They're a peppery version of a Cornish pasty.
Yeah. A Cornish pasty, if you're not familiar, is like one of the most classic British pastries. I prefer a pepper cake.
I enjoy both. Pastry, good. Meat, good. Veggies, good.
It's tasty.
All of it. I love sweet potato balls. Those puffed sweet potato balls. Again, another thing. They should be here. They're tasty. Plum
Yeah.
thing.
There's always the choice of powders you can put on top. But the plum one is the best. And I'm prepared to fight someone over that. Like,
I enjoyed it immensely.
it's delicious. After we had the sweet potato, what did you do? Played the claw game.
Again, it was there. It was shiny.
Did you win?
No, I tried.
So then we moved on.
Yeah.
And we had...
Food.
What did we have next? We had...
Is it
egg pancakes.
pancake? Oh,
Yeah, they were tasty.
spicy sauce.
Yeah, I think we kind of reached the end of the market and we just stopped for a break. And of course, when you stop for a break, you stop for food. So...
I'm a big fan. It's not just egg. It's not like an omelette.
Yeah.
Like a pancake.
Yeah, it was delicious.
It was great. Good.
And then after you'd eaten that, what did you do? And did you win?
No, I didn't win. It's not for want of trying, though. Those things are we all know they're rigged.
Yeah.
We all know that. But I assumed that if you
play
put
long
in
enough
money, it just gives you something. It's like
I think that was your problem, though. You tried lots of different places rather than just keeping on the same machine.
Yeah, but I put in a huge amount of money, and I'm like, if I put one now,
it's the advantage of a night market. You get lots of change normally, so you had more to put in. But you did keep having a go at claw machines throughout the holiday, so you'll have to wait and see if Laura did win anything by the end.
I didn't on this day, and I tried
Very hard.
really hard.
And then we got more change because we went and we tried, what was it? It was like beef and cucumber.
I like that. Again, and the sauces were good.
Yeah, really tasty.
It was like a really sweet, sticky, barbecue-y thing. I like that.
Tasty.
I was pretty full, though.
We ate a lot.
If I can, I'm fitting it in. So it's like, even though my belly is telling me to stop eating, I'm like, no.
Yeah, we rolled home that evening.
But it was so good, though.
It's really good going back to a night market, isn't it?
So good.
So that was it for our second day. And day 3 did not go as well.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
But you're going to have to next time. See you then.
It was the worst. So bad. Stop laughing at me. It was awful.